Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. We are just fixing some technical, so I'll be with you in just a moment.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Can you hear me all right? Yeah, great. I'm getting some thumbs up. Awesome. Well, magandang umaga. Good morning. And welcome to morning meditation with One Mindful Breath. Today, this is an exciting experience. As I bless my water, I'm out in the desert today, so this is a really nice environment to be, and I'm blessed to be here. And there is a fire nearby, so I think let's make our meditation around calming the winds, blessing our water, and also sending support to those who are habitants of the region where the fires are, as well as those who are putting out the fire and help controlling the situation out there. So greetings to you from Southern California. I had asked everyone to bring a cup of water, and this will be a regular offering that we'll be doing every single Sunday morning meditation. So make sure you have a cup of water with you. So let's just take a moment here to get in touch with our body. So I would like for you to place your hands. If you are identify as a woman, you can place your right hand on your belly where your thumb is almost resting in your belly button and the other hand right on top. And if you identify with male characteristics, you can put your left hand over your belly with the thumb in your belly button resting it there, and then place your right hand on top. So go ahead and feel into this space and notice your breathing. We'll stay here for about 8 breaths and do your best to just count it on your own. We'll go in deep into our silence and into our breathing, getting in touch with our breath and our body. Few more breaths, giving yourself full permission to slow down. Whatever topics, actions, thoughts that you were doing in the past, acknowledge it and leave it in the past. And any things that you're anticipating, eager to do, or maybe not wanting to do for after 10:30, acknowledge it and leave it there for you to step into later. Great. So you have maybe completed your 8 breaths, maybe even more. So let's begin with our spinal warm-ups like always. Just checking any messages. Wonderful. So let's first start with shoulders up and down. So our hands are on our lap, palms facing down, shoulders up in the inhale and shoulders down on the exhale. And we're breathing in through our nose. Inhale through the nose, exhale out the nose. Those shoulder blades that we work with very much, especially for sitting down or on our devices, we tend to slouch. And so let's add some juicy lubrication to our shoulders. For those that are really familiar with this exercise, you might be moving a little bit faster. And your inhales and your exhales are nice and sharp. Keep going, go at your own pace. I invite you to keep your eyes open, looking forward. No need to look at the screen. I'll be giving the instructions verbally. So this is always accessible for those that are sight impaired and don't want to just or those who just want to keep their eyes closed or looking away from the digital screen. Great. Few more. You might be feeling your body warm up. Okay, let's bring those shoulders all the way up. Squeeze your hands, squeeze your feet, squeeze your back, squeeze your face. You might even notice a cramp and slowly release. I invite an open mouth exhale if that feels comfortable for you. So we'll do that 2 more times. Just hold up for a moment and we're just going to reset our breathing. Always give yourself a chance to observe and notice your breathing after every strenuous exercise. All right, here we go in our next collective breath. In 3, 2, 1. Inhale, bring those shoulders up, squeeze the rest of your body, squeeze your face, give your angry face if you need to. And 3, 2, 1, slow melting like an ice cube, and exhale. Feel free to do an audible exhale. Observe and notice. Here we are on the next and last collective breath in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Squeeze those shoulders, squeeze those hands, squeeze that face, squeeze everything, even your sphincter. Squeeze, 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 even your abdomen. And slow exhale, melt like ice. Come back into the liquid state of water. Observe. As you observe, notice any subtle changes in your environment. Maybe you notice the light coming in, maybe a different sound or humming of something electronic. Maybe your stomach is growling. Observe. Notice those observations and anything that you might find distracting. Maybe it's a family or someone you're sharing your space with. Make that part of your meditation, okay? So these distractions actually become part of the meditation. All right, we'll continue to do our spinal warm-up. I'm going to turn my chair to the side so we can focus on the spine. If you are sitting on a chair, I invite you to sit at the edge. So here's the back. We want to sit here at the edge so that here's my buttocks right here, and here's my thigh. We want we want to extend here. If you're on a recliner or on a couch, you might want to sit on the edge as well. If you are on the floor or on the ground, it's best that your belly is over your pelvic area, okay? So this will help with the proper posture. For those that are on a chair, bring your knees slightly apart, hands on our lap. I'm gonna bring my chair just a little farther back. Okay, so we're gonna inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. So you're inhaling through your nose and exhaling out the nose. Take your time with your inhale and your exhale. Eyes are open. Really use the spine all the way up your neck and all the way down your legs. Keeps warming up that spine. Beautiful. A few more. Okay, last one. All right, and then come back into neutral spine. Go slowly, slowly, slowly. So if you went fast, maybe do one more inhale, exhale. And then when you do that exhale, come back into neutral spine slowly. And observe. Adjust your posture if you need to. And I would like for you to bring your shoulders up, back, and down. So what this will do is this chest part, this open heart space, is nice and engaged. And you can also feel an expansion in your abdomen, so you're breathing well. Yeah? That feeling all right? Great. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to rotate the spine. So we're going into the direction of our left side first. For those that are sitting on a chair, you might want to put your knees a little farther out from one another and utilize your hands on your knees and take your time on this rotation. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the nose. For those that are on the floor or the ground, you may notice your hips. Actually, for those sitting on a chair, you may notice your hips moving or stretching. Continue to be mindful of your breathing. Relax the muscles in your face Relax your shoulders. Relax your tongue. Relax your eyes. And with your eyes open, have your eyes to be at a subtle, low gaze. So if you notice your eyes are wide open and it's like an intense stare, allow it to soften. All right, pause for a moment like you're posing. And we're going to slowly go in the opposite direction in just a moment. Just observe and continue the opposite direction. Inhaling through the nose, exhaling out the nose. Really utilizing the chest in these movements, as well as stretching those hips. Really feel you crunching your inner organs. So this is really good exercise for your internal organs, including your digestive system. You're massaging those intestines. So it's very helpful for us, just as we inhale, as in like intake food, we also need to exhale, outtake food, and process that and make sure that we push it out. So just as much as we take in, we must also be conscious of what we're putting out. All right, go ahead and pause, pose, and come back into neutral spine. Bring your bottom part of your belly forward, chest is open and out, and observe. Continue to have your eyes subtly open. We're going to do one more spinal warm up, and then we'll continue into our meditation. All right, so let's place our hands on our shoulder, diagonally right or left, whichever you're more comfortable with. That's your inhale, and then exhale in the opposite direction. Again, continue to soften the face muscles, your shoulder muscles. Notice how my elbows are down. And it's just my fingertips touching my shoulders, my arms. A few more. And let's bring it back to center. Bring our arms down, palms facing down, and observe. I invite you to close your eyes this time. Notice your body. Notice it communicating to you what you need or what you don't need, or what is just right. Maybe you're noticing some pains that you didn't experience before, or maybe no pains, or maybe you're experiencing relaxation. Just notice and then let it go. Even if it feels good, notice it and let it go. All right. So let's have our cup of water, right? We're going to go and bless our water, reminding ourselves that we are also composed of mostly water. And tomorrow is a full moon. And so noticing how the moon affects our waters on our planet, noticing tides, high tides, low tides, how it affects this water that we're about to drink, and also how it affects our entire body, since we're mostly comprised of water. So this is knowing our connection of body with other bodies on this planet, as well as our spiritual connection with our body. So go ahead and take a sip when you're ready. Swish it in your mouth. Allow to feel all the water touching all the parts in your cheeks, in your tongue, in your palate, or between your teeth. Keep drinking if you need to. Swish it around. Notice how delicious it tastes. Bring that moisture onto your lips. Now we're going to bring the tip of our hand right here. So this is the center. So here's your clavicle. We're going to bring it right at the center right here. So here's our esophagus. We want to bring it right below. And let's take a sip. All right. Wonderful. So what we're going to do today is actually a standing and slightly walking meditation. So if you are able to, I invite you to stand up. For those who are not feeling comfortable and standing up or is unable to stand up, you can do this laying down or sitting down in a chair. Okay, so what we're going to do is just stand. Our feet, and I'm going to move a little farther back. So our feet is directly underneath our shoulders, okay? And I would like for you to just look forward, find an area where you want to focus, soften your gaze, and allow your body to just fully ground in. Both feet are holding the weight of your entire body. For those that are sitting down, you can also notice your full weight of your thighs and your legs and your ankles and your feet equally distributed on both feet, if we have both feet. So just being mindful of all the abilities, all mobility levels. And it can change from day to day, from moment to moment. So now that we feel our feet firmly planted in the ground, I would like for you to wiggle, if you can, your pinky toes. So if you're wearing chinelas or slippers, slipas, however you want to, chanclas, flip-flops, go ahead and take those off. And if you're wearing socks, that's fine. You can also remove it, up to you. And let's say if you had to make those adjustments, come back into this standing stance where your feet are directly underneath your shoulders, and want to make sure that your knees aren't fully locked, okay? We want our knees to have a slight bend to it. Let's bring our shoulders up, back, and down. So our chest is open, our chin is forward. Right, finding that nice open stance, and allow your hands to just float open, palms open, facing forward. And our knees are subtly soft, where you can bend them a little bit, and both feet are holding your weight equally. This right here is your meditation. Giving thanks to this miraculous body that is alive again for another day, to fulfill its purpose and its existence. So give thanks to this amazing body that serves us. And with that, serve others and also our planet. All right, let's bring all of our weight onto our right leg. So bring all of our weight onto our right leg. Your feet, your left foot is still going to be touching the ground or the floor, the carpet. It's just all of your weight is on your right leg. Make sure that your knees are nice and soft, and breathe into this. Notice where you're focusing and notice your gaze. Inhales through the nose, exhales out the nose. Softening that gaze, and maybe even bringing your eyelids down where your eyes are only halfway open. You can even focus looking towards the tip of your nose, or at least beyond the tip of your nose. All right, let's bring both of our feet firmly planted on the ground. Weight is equally distributed. Notice. Wiggle those pinky toes. Wiggle the big toe. Sometimes all the toes are wiggling at the same time. That's okay. You want to stretch those toes. Those toes allow us to have balance. Okay, let's now bring all of our weight to our left foot. For those that are sitting on a chair, you can do the same by putting all of your weight on the left foot. And you notice that your body's somewhat leaning a little bit, or it's still aligned, okay? As if there's a string pulling us from the top of our head. Our body is aligned. We're just not putting any weight in our left, or I'm sorry, in our right. All of our weight is holding on our left foot. Make sure that your knees are nice and soft. Your eye gaze is subtle and soft. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Relax the shoulders. Allow the hands to curl in naturally. You don't have to force it, palms open. You could just allow it to open as it feels just right. For those that are laying on the bed or the floor, you could just imagine that someone is pressing against your feet, assisting you, allowing, pushing pressure. Okay, let's put all your full weight onto both feet, equally distributed. Imagining the earth kissing our bottoms of our feet. And I invite you to practice being a bit barefoot today. So barefoot, if you don't do that often. And if you have access to standing on grass or dirt or sand, that would be fantastic. I would really love for you to try being more engaged onto the earth, onto this beautiful planet that we live on, and then also drinking some water. So let's take slow steps forward, not yet. Let's first just put all of our weight on our toes. So it's as if we're leaning forward a little bit. All of our weight's on our toes. Our heels have slightly lifted. Slightly, but they're still fully touching the ground. All of our weight is being carried on our toes. Inhaling and exhaling out the nose. If you've lost a little bit of balance, that's okay. Just come right back into the center where both feet are holding your weight, and then lean it forward. Soften those knees. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out the nose. Continue to stay there. Just checking on time. Great. All right, so let's bring our weight right back to the center. And let's bring, lean towards the back, to the heels of our feet. You'll notice that it lifts off from your toes a little bit. Continue to breathe through your nose and out your nose. Wonderful. So we're going to take slow steps forward, maybe 4 steps forward. Start with your left foot and notice the movement slowly from your heel to the center to your toes. I'm still on my second. I just started my second step, so really take your time. Notice even how your knees and your hips are being engaged. I'm now on my third step. I'm on my heel, bringing it to the ball of my foot. Now I'm bringing it to the center. And then my other foot is starting to lift as I'm starting on my 4th step. Great. So now we're doing a walking meditation. Let's pause there and bring both feet together. I'm just going to step back just a moment, but just bring both feet together. And we're going to do that again, okay? So 4 steps, as slow as you possibly can, being mindful of, remember we were touching here on our belly? Maybe place your hand again on your belly. Feet are shoulder width apart. Let's just get our balance there first. Shoulders are relaxed, eyes are nice and subtle gaze. 3 breaths together through the nose. 1 more. And in 3, 2, 1. Begin your first step, lifting off, taking that first step forward. Go as slow as you possibly can, feeling all parts of your body as you continue to breathe and hold the balance of this miraculous body that you live in. I'm now beginning my 3rd step, so take your time. There is no rush. And I'm now taking my 4th step. Take your time. No rush if you're still on your 1st or 2nd step. And when you've completed your 4th step, I invite you to stay feet shoulder width apart, fully balanced, equally balanced, completely grounded, feeling the support and grounding of the earth underneath you. Feeling imbalanced where you're not leaning in either direction. And if you do, you just counteract it and rebalance yourself. So we're going to do a mindful transition from standing into sitting. So whenever you're ready, begin to transition into a seated position, observing your breath, observing every single movement, observing. Even when you sit down, make it a nice, slow sit meditation. Wonderful. Now, after every end of meditation, we do what we call metta, or prayer, which translates in Sanskrit of loving kindness. I'd like to call in all of my teachers, and my teachers is everyone. I feel like I'm always a student and I'm always learning. So you, my friends, are my teachers, and I learn from you. I also want to recognize all of my elder teachers and also my teachers who have become ancestors who continue to guide me. So I acknowledge and I honor everything that they taught me. It would be difficult for me to be present in the way that I am right now without the help of my teachers. And I also wanted to acknowledge all of their stories, their legacies, the cultures and traditions that they have brought forth in their being and in many ways have taught me. So the things that I do are all taught and all learned. And we hope that more people on this planet are meditators, from little children all the way to our elders and everywhere in between. My hope is that I see more meditating, group meditating, just as common as eating around a table together. So with that, let's close our eyes and extend the merits that we've accumulated together in the past 30 minutes and extend it to someone else. So let's just think of who that someone else is. Maybe that someone else is celebrating a birthday today. And I know a few already who are celebrating their birthday today or in the past several days or in the next days to come. Or maybe it's a friend that's ill in the hospital, or maybe it's an illness that they don't talk about. It's an unseen illness. Or maybe that friend or family member who's always working, who's a frontline and essential worker. Whomever you want to call in, go ahead and extend your heart, this space right here, that gratitude in their direction. So what you're doing is you're bridging your physical presence with their spiritual energy. And it's integrating into the physical body. In your heart and in your mind's eye, add one more person that you would like to extend these wonderful merits that you've accumulated, noticing the full moon energies, noticing the water that you are comprised of, noticing being equally balanced on your footing or your sitting or your breathing, and extend that to them. So now you've formed a triangle. And in addition to that triangle that you've formed in your mind, us, everyone here that's gathered here on the Zoom call, on Facebook, or who'll be watching this later on in the future on YouTube, we're adding more and more and more people into this triangle and circles of meditation. And now let's extend it to all beings. When I refer to all beings, I'm talking about your plants. I'm talking about your animals. I'm talking about people that we're in conflict with. I'm talking about people that we never probably will have met each other. So let's include all beings, including all things that we're not even quite sure if they are alive or not, but they do have life in them. So let's include all beings and extend this heartfelt intention and merits you've accumulated to all beings. Feel it coming from underneath your feet because you're fully grounded, as if there's roots underneath your feet, piercing into the soil, into the ground, through the concrete, through the second and third, fourth floor, if you're on the fifth floor, whatever floor you're on, if you're in a building, just notice that underneath your feet, you can feel it go all the way down to the earth. And from there, you feel grounded where you can spread this loving kindness from you onto others, to all beings. And lastly, I invite you to place your hands together. Your thumbs are going to be touching your sternum, relaxing your shoulders, bring your elbows down, bring your chin down and the crown of your head forward. And in here, I invite you to say a prayer, offer gratitude. We'll take one collective breath together in 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And slow exhale out the mouth. Back to normal breathing. Allow your eyes to slowly open, letting a little bit of light in. And noticing any gaze, the first words that utter your mouth, the first thoughts that utter out of this beautiful, miraculous brain that you have. It's been a pleasure and an honor to be with you here on Sunday morning meditation with One Mindful Breath. This is sponsored by the Filipino Worker Center, who's recently had a state bill passed for the national domestic workers who are essential workers during this pandemic and take care of so many different things. Wanted to give a big gratitude to Ate Merla Baldonado, who is the co-conspirator of this co-creation of morning meditation. And I'll see you again on morning meditation here on One Mindful Breath. Maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Muchas gracias. Tlaso, danka, arigato, agyamanak, mahalo, all of the different languages that I can muster right now. Thank you so much. May you have a blessed, blessed day and be well and take care. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm just going to stop the recording as well as the live stream. If you on Zoom would like to share your experience, you are welcome to stay online, and I'll be here for another 10 to 15 more minutes. I'll be with you in a moment. For everyone else, maraming salamat. Take care, be well, keep that immune system strong.